washing machine running in the background. We're down here in the crossbow basement here, crossbow workbench. Just got some neat little items I want to share with you real quick. We got the Black Eagles right here, and we have a zombie right here. I had the knock in, I pulled the knock out. But this is a zombie slayer, and actually I'll put the knock back in here just for a bit. And because what we're going to do, I just got some new tools. I got this long Allen wrench looking thing. I'll explain that in just a second. And a whole bag of little inserts, right, from Black Eagle arrows. These are all ordered and purchased from them online. That is the packaging. Get rid of that. These are Bunjie's arrows. These are the arrows that I've been using out of the OB with great success. Shot a woodchuck at 81 yards with these heavy guys, right? Don't recommend you try that without a Burris Oracle X Scope. But also killed some deer with them, that kind of thing. Really good setup. But I want to see if I can get over 600 grains, around 630 if I can do it. And there's a reason for that. The reason is that if I get up to that weight, then I will be at 0.7 slugs of momentum with the original Bunjie. That's a pretty good accomplishment for a crossbow that shoots 305 feet per second stock with a 350 grain arrow, right? So we're adding 300 grains almost to the arrow. We're adding a lot of weight to the arrow. We're upping that arrow weight an awful lot to get that extra weight. Slowing it right down to 250 feet per second, I'm betting, right? We'll do a test on it and see. But the cool thing is, when we're all done, when all is said and done with that, we'll have 0.7 slugs of momentum instead of like 0.4 or something, right? Now, those of you who are wondering what momentum is and why I'm talking about that, you need to go back and watch a whole bunch of Death by Bunjie videos. We did a whole year on heavier arrows and increasing momentum. It's related to kinetic energy. It's important for us as crossbow hunters because it's what provides us with pass-throughs, right? And penetration power. And we want not just penetration, we want pass-throughs. Penetration isn't enough. I want total penetration. I want complete and utter pass-throughs, period. That's all we deserve and nothing less as crossbow hunters, right? Especially on white-tailed deer. You're shooting hippopotamus or something, that's different, maybe. But a modern crossbow out of the box is probably shooting in the 0.7 slugs of momentum range, right? Most modern crossbows, almost all of them. And if you're not, got to look at stuff. Got to start playing around with it. Now, Bunjie is 15 years old now, right? It's a 2010 Excalibur Axion. This is its 15th hunting season. So it's not a modern crossbow at all. It's an old, slow crossbow. So it needs a little help with a heavier arrow, and that's what we're doing. The heavier arrow will increase that momentum. So what we're going to do, take this little guy, and I'm going to weigh that real quick. We'll zero this out at 0 here. Come on, catch up. It's at 0. Throw that on there. You have to take my word for it. 75 grains on the nose. 75.0 grains. This little guy, just this little guy weighs 75 grains. Oh, with the knock. I usually shoot them with a knock in them. Burt Coyote. I love you, Burt Coyote. If you are interested in Burt Coyote Luminox, what do? You go to the luminox.com knock selector, pick out the ones that are for your crossbow, your arrow, and you use coupon code Bunjie for an extra 15% off. That's pretty cool. I love Burt Coyote, and Burt Coyote loves me too. I'm very happy about that. So it's pretty cool. Not sponsored by anybody, but I do love the Burt Coyote Luminox, and I'm so grateful that they were willing to give us that coupon code. And we'll put that on here, see what the weight is. Kaboom. That is 564.4 grains with that knock in place. And then I'm going to take this little 75 grainer and put that on here. And now that goes up to 639.4. Now it's 639.5. So those are the numbers we're getting. 639.5 grain arrow. That is a heavy, heavy arrow by modern crossbow hunting measures, right? I think that's a lot of arrow. So we're going to turn that off for now or whatever. But how do we get this in there, right? We could just drop it in here. I could just drop it in there. It would slowly go down. It's funny because it's so tight that you can see it sliding down. Like it's still there. Still there. It doesn't want to go down in because the air, it's compressing air, right? So the air is going to have to slide up around it. Now, to put this dude in here, we're just going to put it in here. You can't just drop it in there and put glue on it and drop it in here. But down here in this arrow, right, this has a different insert right here. You can see the brass sticking out right here. If we unscrew the field point here, it's a 150 grainer. I only use the 150 grainers. but you know what that looks like, right? You got the insert here. But then there's another. This is a heavier one. This is from Wyvern Creations. This is their Excalibur friendly zombie slayers that are a little bit heavier. This is not your typical zombie if you just buy a zombie. It's the same shaft, of course, but it's a .001 straightness shaft. Very good arrow, 20-incher. And it's got a nice heavy insert in it, but it's got another one of these in it already screwed in there before they put it together to get the overall weight up to that 560. How do you get this guy down in there? It has threads on this end, and it has threads on this end. This is the male end, so to speak, and that's got to screw in to the other inserts that are in here. But that's where this dude comes in, and I want to thank AJ from AJ's Custom Arrows. Did a video about those earlier before Crossbow Appreciation Month. You should check that out. Check out those arrows because we're shooting those out of Bunjie 4.0, the Enforcer. Those arrows are awesome, and they work great out of that crossbow. And we've got some more videos obviously coming. But you work this guy in here, right? Get the screw in part down here. And I'm just going to put this here. And I'm just going to shove that down in here like that. And what happens is, I think I'm all done. I think it's done. Boom. It was that easy. Now, you can put Loctite on there. You can cement them in if you got to do that, whatever. I'm just doing this for funsies at this point. And if I ever feel it shaking around in there, I'll know it's come loose. But I tightened it hand tight. What I did, and I should have probably demonstrated this before I did it, but this is the first one I did, right? I just got these. Just opened them up. It's Saturday morning, playing around with stuff. I've come back, and I got my iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm coming back with that. And I thought, you know what? I'll just open this package and see if it's going to work or not. And sure enough, it did work. But this has a hex end on it kind of thing, right? An Allen wrench kind of end. And this has threads. So you're not threading it in. I thought, man, if I screw it in here, it's not going to come out. Because if you unscrew it, it's just going to screw it from the insert and pull it back out and let it fall out. But that's not what it is. These have threads, but they also have a hex down in there. And if you turn it, you'll feel that hex bite, right? Not affecting the threads at all. So the truth is, like if I want to go heavier, I can put this guy in there and just keep stacking them. I could put all of these. I could put this whole package of Black Eagle inserts in this shaft and load it right up so it's heavy. Look at this thing, weigh 1,000 grains. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. You want me to do that? I don't know. It would be kind of cool. But anyway, let's see what we got, right? We screwed one of those guys in there. Now we already know what we got, but we're going to put that on here. Got that at 0. Throw this on the scale. Kaboom. Come on. Balance. Balance. 639.5. 639.5 grains. Now what we need, we have the weight. What we need now is speed. So in an upcoming video, what we're going to do, we're going to shoot this thing and measure the slugs of momentum. And we're going to do the math right on the screen so everybody can see it and see if we have reached. If the OB, the original Bunjie, has reached 0.7 slugs of momentum. Isn't that cool? We're going to find out. All hail Bunjie.